Sziasztok! Hi everyone! Welcome to another beginner Hungarian lesson. Today we're going to talk about age, how to say how old are you, as well as how to ask how old are you. Of course, if you want to be able to tell your age in Hungarian, you need to know the Hungarian numbers. I've done 3 videos on the topic, I'll link the first one up here. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of it, there are a few words, as well as 2 question words you need to know, so let's start with those. Kor, or életkor. Age. Kor, életkor. Év. Year. Év. Éves. Years old. Éves. Hónap. Month. Hónap. Hónapos. Months old. Hónapos. Nap. Day. Nap. Napos. Days old. Napos. Idő. Time. Idő. Idős. It means old, but it's a very polite form of old. Idős. In everyday speech we use the word öreg. Öreg, which also means old. But if you call someone idős, you sound a bit more polite. But we also use this word in a different scenario, not just for older people. I'll get to that. And finally, the 2 question words. Hány. How many? Hány. Mennyi. How much? Mennyi. And now, let's see how to ask how old are you in Hungarian. There are 2 ways to ask someone how old is he or she. The first one is hány éves vagy? Hány éves vagy? The literal meaning is how many years old you are. Sounds a bit like Yoda, doesn't it? Of course, the natural translation is just simply how old are you? Hány éves vagy? Hány éves vagy? The second one looks like this. Mennyi idős vagy? Mennyi idős vagy? Literally, how much old are you? So, how old are you? As you can see, in this case, the word idős doesn't necessarily apply to an older person. I usually tend to ask women's age this way, just to show a little bit more respect. Not always, of course, but it happens. Now, both of these expressions are informal. If you want to ask someone in a formal way, you also have 2 options. First off, I would highly suggest to use the word idős instead of éves. The first one is ön mennyi idős? Ön mennyi idős? Ön is the formal you. And as you can see, we don't put the conjugated form of the verb to be at the end of the sentence. The second one is mennyi idősnek tetszik lenni? Mennyi idősnek tetszik lenni? In this case, you don't have to put the word ön at the beginning. This tetszik plus infinitive form is the utmost polite way to talk to someone. Someday I'll make a video on that. And the word idős gets the suffix nek, which usually carries the meaning of to someone. In this case, it doesn't. And honestly, you can also drop it. So you can also say mennyi idős tetszik lenni? Mennyi idős tetszik lenni? But if you want to use the full form, you have to add the nek suffix. Okay, so how can you tell your age? It's actually really simple. The pattern looks like this. XY éves vagyok. XY éves vagyok. Literally, XY years old I am. So I'm XY years old. If you're 5 years old, then you say 5 éves vagyok. 5 éves vagyok. I'm 5 years old. If you're 20, then you say 20 éves vagyok. 20 éves vagyok. If you're 100, then it's 100 éves vagyok. 100 éves vagyok. But you know, languages are striving for simplicity, so a lot of times the answer is much shorter. So once again, if you're 20, you might just say 20 vagyok. 20 vagyok. 20, I am. So I'm 20. But a lot of times we'll just simply say the number. So if someone asks you, hány éves vagy, you can just reply with 20. 20. It's not impolite or rude to do that, so you're good to go. Alright, now you know how to ask how old are you, as well as how to tell your age in Hungarian. Thank you all for studying with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. And if you feel like supporting this channel even more, my PayPal information is in the description. See you all in the next lesson. Sziasztok, a viszontlátásra!